And love them knives, back at it with another knife to discuss. LTK here. Reate knives. You may have seen one of these on my channel, but you ain't seen this one. This is the Reate Future. I thought I'd show you the future. That's not going over, is it? No jokes about that. If you'd like to look into the future with me, and when you put the title out there, everybody knows. Here comes the jokes. This is an integral frame. So it's one piece of titanium, all milled out, done proper. And then they stick a blade in there. And they do the hardened steel insert on the lock bar from the outside. Because a little hard to get on the inside there. Can't pull it apart exactly now, can we? So you got kind of a really nice looking machined pivot there. You've got this marble carbon fiber inlay. And this is bronze. Okay, it's kind of a stone wash, bronze wash knife. And look at the back, the chevrons there on the back spacer, kind of just letting you know, hey, there's no seam back here. It's seamless. Yes, it is. And they're blue. So I think that's kind of a good contrast right there. Very impressive knife. Good size knife. Milled pocket clip. It's also kind of got, you got this kind of antique bronze here. And then you've got this flat that's done. And then that has a different look to it. Because that's not a stone wash surface. But that marbled carbon fiber, if you just start looking at it, it's like kind of goes 3D on you. It's real, I don't know what I'd call it. Satiny. Yes, it is. Oh, you got an M390 blade. And, Tashi Baruka, I tried to make him Japanese, but I guess he refuses to change nationalities. He's going to stay French. Oh, well. Just sounds like a Japanese name to me. Last time I did the review on my Reate Future, this is going to a buddy of mine in New York. Not New York City. Don't worry. Don't have to get a rope. No. This is upstate New York, near the Great Lake of Erie. Yeah. And you got this crown spine here. Nicely done. M390 will have to be wiping this down frequently because it's a satin blade. Yeah, it is. In fact, I guess I didn't wipe it down good enough. We'll just have to put up with that. It'll clean up. Don't worry about that. You got kind of a nail nick here. Like you need to? I don't know because it's a flipper. And there's the flipper tab, which is all kinds of different, isn't it? It's got jimping on the front. I mean, you got this design coming up here. It's really nice. It's easy to get a hold of, and it deploys really, really well. No blade play, no lock rock, perfectly centered, and it better be, because they ain't no budget beater. That's for sure. Well, it'll beat your budget to death. Something like that. Okay, so you got the bronze. 3.75 inch satin blade, tie, and carbon fiber. Almost 9 inches overall, M390 blade. Flat grind. And handles about 5 inches. The thickness is a 1/2 inch. Titanium, like I said, right hand tip up only. Frame lock. What can you say? Slim and sleek. Slim and sleek. I don't know about how slim. I mean, it's a 1/2 inch, so it's about standard with a lot of... And yes, the pivot has bearings, which is really a great idea when you're charging almost $500 for a knife. But I like the bronze. I like these blue chevrons on the back. It's kind of nice that you got this kind of stonewashy look, but then they satin flatted it off and gave you another kind of surface treatment to look at, as well as on the pocket clip. Actually, it slides in the pocket really well. It's not a deep carry clip. It's got 2 screws there, as you can see. But it ain't gonna move. Lock up on this, 20%, right at. And of course you can see the hardened steel insert. And it's very smooth, very nice. Just kind of a little gentle thunk when it comes into the detent. Detent's pretty strong, I'd say at least a solid 7. Yeah. Oof. Yes, it is. And yes, it can be gravity flipped. So it's not like an 8.5 or something like that, because when they start getting up there, yeah, a little tougher. A little tougher. Can't really gravity flip them when they get. And let's measure it. We got a little bit of clear tape protecting the knife from the metal of the tape measure. But we're at 8 3/4 all day long at least, and about 22.5 centimeters overall, which makes it a good sized knife, really. 95 millimeter length blade, and it's supposed to be 3 3/4, maybe just a skosh over 3 3/4, and then that's just where that point, the closest point on the scale is. So yeah, I guess so. And what do we got for blade stock? And let's not put it in the groove. So it's a 0.156, which would be 4 millimeters in my book. Yes, it's just right at 4 millimeters. Overall thickness, we can't get it with this one. And this is carbon fiber, so we're not going to scratch it up. 13.9, 14 millimeters. So that should be, yeah, okay. 13.6 millimeters, 0.53 of an inch thick. Feels good in the hand, you know. This is very comfortable. This is not real tall here, so you kind of wrapping your fingers around and around. Taller handle to me is a little bit more comfortable because I'm not trying to find a place for the tips of my fingers to come rolling under all over again. Now, but I mean, take a look at this blade design. So really, the flipper tab being really on par with the cutting edge makes it to where it would be a great chopping knife. And, you know, all my kitchen knives cost at least $500. Not a problem. But can it be put to those tasks? Of course it can. Does it come sharp out of the box? Well, let's see if we can cut a little piece of paper. M390 steel. Yeah, it's nice and sharp. Nice and sharp. And you know what? Well, check this out. Comes in a zipper pouch. Just, you know, in there. Well, in this first. They come sealed. I had to cut the tab off of here to get the knife out. That's kind of like the K1 comes too, and I think the Torrent like that as well. It's really odd. And then you get a microfiber cloth, and you get some extra hardware in here, like this. Yeah. So that's nice. And last but not least, a nice microfiber bag with your certificate of authenticity. And what does it say? Well, this one is number 49 of 125, which makes me think it's a limited edition because they're saying it's number 49 of only 125 being made. Satin finish, Bowler M390. Just saying. Just reading it. Just reading it. So it's nice. You feel like you're entering an exclusive territory here with this knife. And it's nice to have an integral. I mean, you know, that's kind of one of those wish list items you have many times on as a knife collector or an aficionado, that, hey, this integral handle stuff is kind of blowing up, getting big. Benchmade's doing it. You know, everybody's kind of doing a little bit of this. And, you know, one of them there has got to be mine. And this could be one of the ones that you might be considering as that kind of an investment. I have also a Reate Future, or Reate Future. Mine has Mokutai and Damasteel. So it's not bronze. It has a Mokutai pocket clip. And this is one of 50 limited editions. So, you know, I mean, it seems like all these things are limited editions in some way, shape, or form. Now, how big an old knife is this when it really compares down to things? Well, I mean, there's my Spyderco Manix. So you tell me. That's pretty level right there. A lot bigger than the Manix, isn't it? Manix is approaching 3.5 inches, 3 3/8 inches. So overall, this is around 8. This is almost 9. A lot bigger knife. I'll tell you one thing. This knife is a lot heavier. You like the bronze? I was trying to figure out if I, you know, if I like just the regular titanium or if I like the bronze. Still, I mean, both are really cool options for this knife. And this marble carbon fiber, or they just call it carbon fiber on the Blade HQ readout. So maybe this is not marbled, but it looks like marbled carbon fiber in any case. And you kind of get lost in that. It's got kind of a 3D effect to it. Let's weigh this dog up. It's not light. Yeah, well, it feels heavier in the hand than that. 5.4 ounces, that's not bad for almost a 9-inch knife. 153 grams, so it's right there in the EDC range. Wow, okay. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be closer to 6. It feels like 6. It really does. It's a chunk of change. It really is. I don't know. What do you think? Bronze? I'm kind of, I don't know why they did this bronze thing. Now, maybe if you see how that's a little lighter under here, I don't know if you hit this with some Windex, if that's going to change the color a little bit. I mean, it's kind of got a little bit of lighter, more redder, copperish look in there as the light plays on it. So that's interesting. See? I mean, I don't know why they decided to do just this color. And they didn't do quite as many, I don't think, of this color. And then if you're going to do a bronze, why didn't you do a blue or I don't know. But in any case, go figure. There was some decisions being made somewhere about this knife. But it's a really cool knife. I think it's going to be very collectible in the future. What do you think? Cool. You got a long trip ahead of you, buddy. Going to New York. Clear across the country. Yeah. Nothing wrong with the future. We're all headed in that direction. Because yesterday's the past. And right now is the future. It is. It's the future from Reate. Cool. Love the design cues. I mean, well, if you've ever Googled Tashi Baruka's name and looked at, I mean, I don't know. Is there a knife maker he hasn't done a collaborative design with? Because I'm running, I was looking at a lot of names on one of the custom knife sites, and it was like a who's who of knife making in the United States that he has done collaboratives with. So he does a lot, and it's pretty stuff too. I mean, it's just excellent stuff. Really is. He's got a very creative mind, very artistic. Were we ever going to get this blade cleaned down? Got to do something with it. Oh well. I'm going to let you go anyhow. I think we pondered the future long enough. But just don't live in the past. Because we love them knives. Yes, we do. Stay sharp.